Hello, y'all. I decided that I haven't done any zodiac readings yet on this channel, and so I thought I would do just a quick reading for all zodiacs in terms of love and what's going on in their situation, whoever is tapping into this. And I'm not going to do like singles, partnerships, realistically. I'm just going to do the energy. Just a reminder, I am clairsentient primarily, so I tap into energy in particular and read via energy. I do have hits of music that come in, as well as see certain scenes, typically from movies or certain things that I will tap into for essentially all energy. It's just basically to get the vibe of how things feel, more so than reading the cards. I mean, I do read them in a traditional sense for the most part, but sometimes I feel like there are certain cards that, depending on the deck too, have a different hit intuitively for me. So, and there are certain concepts that have came out within, I guess, like the new era of tarot, which I do not claim to be an expert in by any means, but I know that there are some sort of meanings and projections that have been kind of put out there in tarot. So I like to avoid that personally, but to each their own. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with the zodiac. We're going to do just a quick reading for each zodiac sign. We're going through, so we're starting at the top of the zodiac and then moving through. So we're starting with Aries, ending with Pisces. That's the process of zodiac in terms of the houses in which they are in. So let's go in and get into Aries. Hello, Aries. All right. What is coming? What is going on in Aries' love life? Might be... Hold up. Let's bring it up. This is interesting. It could possibly be, honestly, not seeing that you have a 10 of Cups in front of you. Sort of being in a space of having this... a past or something about your past or something that has gone in, something that has essentially put this wall around you in terms of being able to connect into what a 10 of Cups looks like. You could have somebody that is, well, honestly, group one. I'm sorry. Honestly, Aries, this really feels like a sort of a I was going to say self-fulfilling prophecy, and I don't necessarily want to buy that. I don't know why that came into my head. But this is a situation in which it's just not seeing the areas in which we're bringing in balance or pouring into ourselves. And by being in this space of sort of this kind of wounding, essentially, and not being able to see that we're being outside of it. There is this element of having either done the work or a release of or being in need to do some more work in order to receive this 10 of Cups that we're seeking. There's also this idea that you may have options. So this may be kind of blinding or not blinding, but clouding your judgment a little bit. Might be in a period of contemplation, and this is sort of a hit that this is a new beginning within connections and within love, that stepping outside of this space in which we're kind of holding ourselves back is ultimately going to bring in the most fulfillment. Let me see who we got coming towards you in love. That was sort of the generalized message. I just said the other day I wasn't going to do who's coming towards you in love because we had some people that were not happy about that, but we're going to do it because I can't please everyone. All right, Aries, who's coming towards you? Someone providing quite a bit of... Oh, okay. Tower moments aren't always bad, okay, Aries? So let's just start there. This person actually is bringing in stability and quite a bit of again, you have this contemplation here, or this need to kind of move on from a certain space. I think probably moving on from this. This is like, these move to the bottom of the deck. So kind of putting this in the past, there is going to be this moment where there is somebody who is very emotionally fulfilling coming into your life that's going to bring in a lot of stability. And I think the Tower moment actually is going to be more so about this bringing, being this end of a cycle. We do have the Knight of Swords as well as the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. So this is somebody that's coming in with communication and truth and honesty, and going to be a person that really kind of is sort of the vibe of like, this is why everything else didn't work out, because this person is going to be the sort of all-encompassing space that I've been looking for. Now I do want to say that it does feel like this is like coming in. I don't know if this is like current energy, but we do have some physical attraction coming in, and this coming in after a space of sort of internalized, maybe going into, or just having patience necessarily, like really waiting for something that is going to be fulfilling and going to be balanced. And again, we have the Two of Cups here. So this is definitely union energy. This is somebody who's going to come in with reciprocity. This is a quid pro quo kind of relationship in which there is equal give and take. Now, I do want to see why that Tower is here. So real quick, let's just clarify that Tower real quick before we end out your reading, Aries. What is the Tower here for, Spirit, please? Why is the Tower here? I do think I was kind of on par with that, but we'll just find out. Why is the Tower here for Aries, please? Yeah, this definitely is the ending of a cycle, first of all. It is, so the Tower is essentially moving into the space where we're done repeating cycles. Moving out of the space of walking away from, not even necessarily, I do feel like there's a sense of, walking out of the space in which we were kind of walking away from emotions. And there is a sentiment too of like not really seeing what is provided to us. So maybe moving into a space of having more gratitude, maybe putting down the swords a bit. You might have been someone who's kind of in a space for a period of time because of past experiences or life experiences that had sort of a guard up, and that was coming through anyway with other cards. And then now carrying in these swords into new connections that don't necessarily belong there, but they're being brought in as experience essentially. And this is really slowing down, having the patience to look at what's in front of us and see what's being offered to us before kind of jumping too soon to conclusion and assumption. So this is definitely the breaking of a cycle. All right, Aries, that's the read for you. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe for more content. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right. We're going to move into Taurus. I am a Taurus. Hello, my fellow Taurians. This will work out for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Any of those should resonate with you. I do actually invite you to look into what your Sun, Moon, and Rising is, and seek that in other areas of this by listening to them all. Okay, so let's get into Taurus. Taurus, first we're going to do a general message in love, and then we're going to do who's coming towards you. And I know I just said that I wasn't going to do that, but I decided that I can't control everybody. So what's going on? What's going on in love for Taurus? You might be moving into a union, having someone come in that might be, you may be physically attracted to, that's coming in. There could be This could be after a period or a need to release for, there could be some kind of external influence that was going on within your connections. It doesn't necessarily mean that it was like infidelity or betrayal or anything like that. There's all kinds of like external influence that could have been going on within your connections. This could be even past experiences. This could be woundings from various experiences throughout life that have been being brought into connections. And this is kind of moving out of that, okay? And moving into a cause for celebration. This is definitely getting out of this phase of sort of combating everything that comes our way because of previous experiences in order to be able to move into this union type energy. And I do think that one thing that's coming into you is that you might connect really well physically. As a Taurus, I feel like we tend to be very sensual and definitely do enjoy, as much as we hate to admit it, the finer things in life. This has definitely been a slow process for we Taurians. There could be a period in which there was a bit of instability or a lack of abundance. Something that's coming in is that there could be a situation that it doesn't necessarily have to be involved in love. I don't know if it's just coming in here that this sort of impacted love by being out of alignment with a manifesting abundance and really being in this sort of not necessarily like the purgatory phase of life necessarily, but being in sort of a pause of self-reflection and maybe not even really focusing too hard on connections. This is, though, laying in the groundwork, doing the work on self in order to build into these fulfilling connections, and more importantly, being able to give in connections. It's also moving out of this time period in which there was some heartache in our past or a situation that caused us an awful lot of heartache, that this is kind of being moved out of by doing this kind of work on self. Okay, let's see who's coming towards you in love. And I'm not doing, if you skipped over the intro, I'm not doing singles versus relationships. I'm just doing whatever comes out for the cards. So who's coming towards Taurus in love? Just right off the bat, this could be someone from the past, not to trigger you. Who's coming towards Taurus in love? What's going on here? Going to be someone coming in with a small cup of love that you're not necessarily going to trust, I don't think. You're going to have your guard up. This could be somebody that put you in a space of contemplation that you're kind of, that maybe it's going to help you out of it. They're going to kind of bring in some awareness. They're going to bring in, well, apparently some truth and some balance into a perception in which you have of a situation that occurred within this person. There was, there may have been a period of time in which there was this sort of stagnation. I do have the King of Cups as well, so counterpart energy. And it's going to be sort of someone kind of bringing in a whole lot of information in terms of the reason in which there was this disconnect, or the reason there was sort of this pause. It does feel like this was intended, that some element of this connection on an internal, in an internal space, was for our own self-reflection. We do also have the Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So this is sort of embodying you to, or it is bringing in the awareness or the acknowledgement that you may have options actually coming forward in love, Taurus. Clarify the Devil card for me, please. Why is the Devil here? I know that there could have been a period of time in which there was sort of an absence of clarity in a situation, or an absence of truth within a situation, and that Devil is here because it's coming in. Tower moment. Yay, you just love when the Tower comes out, don't we? Clarify the Tower then. Okay, the Devil clarifying. There's definitely a moment in which it seems like we went into this space of not really giving into this connection, disconnecting from it in some sort of, and this does feel like past energy, Taurus, just to throw that out there. This does feel like something that occurred within the past that is sort of impacting love, at least in this moment. Doesn't necessarily mean you don't have to, you obviously don't have to allow anybody in from the past. It's just who's coming towards you. So I don't have control over that, okay? Do not shoot the messenger, in other words. But this is somebody that, whatever the Tower moment was, it caused some instability in terms of our relationship with ourself and our relationship with our physical body. Okay, so this sort of I guess this like a message of awareness that came in allowed us to see this. But whoever is coming in, they're bringing out a balance. It doesn't necessarily have to be that it's this person. You do have Judgment, as well as the Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and the Six of Cups and Strength. Wow, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, we're just going to pull them all out. So whatever is coming on here, like whatever it is that you have went through in a past situation that caused all this kind of self-reflection and this need to look within self and to do this work on self is paying off. And whatever you're doing, you're manifesting in a fulfilling connection. This doesn't necessarily mean that someone from the past is coming to you, but the situation from a past experience is influencing this moment. So this strength that you've had in yourself and this willingness to do the work is paying off, and now it's like Judgment Day, so you're being kind of rewarded for the work that you put in for yourself. Okay, all right, let's move into, oh, I'm sorry, Taurus, if that resonated with you, this is the end of your read. Please like and subscribe for more comment. Oh my God. For more content, leave me a message down below if this resonated with you. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much, Taurus. Have a wonderful day. Okay, what are we moving into? Gemini. Hello, Gemini. Really quick, let me get a drink of my water. I'm like I'm incredibly dehydrated. Oh, my Geminis. You know, Gemini, I always feel like y'all get a bad rap, and I have a Gemini rising, and I think that it's one of my favorite things about myself is the duality that exists within the Gemini energy. The one thing I feel like, you know, they say that with a Gemini you get, you never know what you're going to get, and I think that's such BS. However you treat Gemini is what you're going to get. So if you don't like them, you might want to look in the mirror. All right. I don't know if that was pertinent for some reason. Oh, what is going on with Gemini in love? We got a lot to say here. Let's bring out a couple more for you, Gemini. One more, please. Okay. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant, and the Sun. And the Three of Hearts. The Three of Swords. Jeez. I don't know if that meant something. Maybe there were 3 hearts in your life that kind of influenced this moment. Take it as it resonates. But the Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, so this is moving out of a phase of being in sort of this Hanged Man energy. Being in a space of limbo and really going in and sort of doing the internal work to look at self. I'm just going to move that these cards kind of are all here. These are all bottom of the deck. Actually, let's get one to clarify that star. Or we can do 2 to clarify that. Okay. So this is being in a space because of a connection, because of a situation or a past experience within a connection in which we have gone into the space of self-reflection. So it looks as though whatever it is, it's been sort of in this contemplation mode. It's been after a period of heartache or dealing with certain situations or certain cycles within connections. One element of this is sort of walking away from being to seeing what's in front of us, or not being able to see what's in front of us as a result of having more work to do on self. And this is kind of moving into then this space of being able to give and receive more in a more balanced way. And as a result of that, there's someone that's kind of coming in to your awareness, or there's some kind of element of building within a physical sort of confidence and a physical connection. And that doesn't necessarily, like, sometimes we get into this headspace that's like, if it's only physical, then it's not a bad thing. But I always feel like a genuine, like, a way to have a deeper connection with somebody is to have some kind of attraction to them in the initial phases of contact. That's so normal within connections. So let's not read too far into that. But this is moving out of a phase in which we, maybe at one point in previous situations or relationships, we were giving more than was being given to us, and then kind of moving into a space of giving that into self. And it, at that time, when this was sort of out of alignment, we were in this space of not really being able to stabilize within that, not really being able to be in a space of having boundaries and understanding that what we give needs to be reciprocated to us, and if it's not being reciprocated to us, then we need to take a step out. This is sort of either you're in this right now, or you're coming out of this period of time of really going within and doing this like really deep kind of spiritual work, and then ultimately coming out on top of it and being able to get past the heartache within this situation. Okay, let's see who's coming towards you, Gemini, in terms of love. Who's coming towards Gemini in love? Who's coming towards Gemini? Whoa. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. I just want to really quick pull that out because it's on the bottom of the deck. I mean, this is like a whole message. Oh, look at that. Did you see that? I did not know that was there. That's crazy. This is coming in. So first of all, the one thing is that the person that's coming towards you would be the type of person that is, it's kind of this energy a little bit, Gemini, that is like, they are willing to fight for you. Okay. They are coming in, to bring in this abundance. They have this awareness or this understanding that you are somebody that they could build with, and they're coming in sort of with this message of communication, and they're going to bring you some truth. They are going to be kind of in this a little bit in this this energy that might come off a little bit arrogant. I don't know if that's going to be the case. It just kind of felt that way a little bit. This particular King of Swords, this is not how all the King of Swords looks, but this particular Emperor has this sort of air of arrogance to it in this particular deck, but isn't like really showcased in every tarot deck. But for this deck, this one's kind of like, the way he's sitting is like, yeah, I know that I'm the prize, and I know that I'm what Gemini is looking for. And so do kind of want to look out for that a little bit. There is some element though, Gemini, of making sure that we really are seeing what is being presented to us, and really being grateful for what's not even necessarily like, not being blinded by what's being given to us by focusing on these other elements too quickly. You could be focusing in on there's just something that we're kind of paying attention to, Gemini, here, that we might miss something. So really do be in your awareness. Recognize that whoever is coming towards you is going to be bringing you out of this period of heartache and sort of this Ten of Swords energy. I don't really know if we necessarily need to clarify the rest of these cards, but I'm going to do it for you really quick. Clarify the Five of Wands for me, please. Clarify the Five of Wands, please. Are we just clarifying all across the board like this? Okay, I guess we're just going. or this is like a new beginning. You may have had a period of time where there really wasn't people that were really willing to fight for you. And this kind of moving into this new space within a connection or a situation in which this is bringing in someone who's going to give you an experience that you haven't experienced before as a result of that work that you were doing on yourself. This way of them building into abundance is they are going to come in and sort of be in this space of physical attraction. The King of Swords thing, it seems like there's a release of maybe in the past or in a previous situation, or even if this is somebody from the past who really wasn't being forthcoming or honest, and they very much were like in a space of providing you very little information and not giving you the full spectrum of what's going on or their emotions or something within that space, or you were used to that in experiences and relationships. This sort of Emperor energy is being showed as the Magician in reverse. Actually, can you clarify the Magician in reverse for me, please? With the Two of Cups energy. I do have the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck as well. This could be somebody that is, there may be some element about this that you have to be apprehensive about, or that you should sort of you are being sort of guided to not just jump right into whatever this person is offering you. There is this element that while they are the Emperor, there could be some element about the way in which they're approaching you that seems I don't want to say too good to be true, but it seems like there could be some sort of agenda behind it. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad agenda. There could be, they could have had an agenda this entire time dealing with you. There could have been something that they're coming in, but you are being sort of advised to not just jump right into this and really do sort of assert your own power in this moment, in this situation, and understand that in order to bring in reciprocity and equal give and take, there has to be communication on certain things, and there has to be this sort of process and being able to build this fulfilling connection. Okay, that is all I have for you, Gemini. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to this channel. Come back for more content later. Leave me a comment down below. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, Gemini. Who do we have next? Cancer. Hello, Cancer. I gotta get a drink here. Okay. What is going on for Cancer in love? All right. What is going on for Cancer in love, please? Wow. Okay, hold up. This is more cards than have came out in any other reading so far. So, I guess we're just gonna go with it. Well, and then what do we have on the bottom of the deck? King of Pentacles in reverse, Seven of Swords, and also the Three of Wands. I'm definitely building in foundations, okay? I'm working on something. I do feel like, okay, Cancer, there may have been a situation in which there was sort of an internal influence within love that sort of caused this pause of contemplation that you're in. This is what you're ultimately doing in this moment for love is bringing in elements of balance, but doing this in sort of, or it's being brought into you, these elements of being able to balance out life and love, but in a sort of baby step process. So there could have been this phase or this cycle in which you were dealing with, where you were dealing with energies or situations in which people were not really being able to offer you much emotionally, and kind of moving and then into this space of being able to build into that. There is this sort of element of having dealt with situations in which there were sort of external influences and being allowed to kind of infiltrate this connection or the connections that you've had within love. It doesn't necessarily mean that there was infidelity, but it very well could be that. But it is sort of just something outside of self that had an influence on love. And then moving into this sort of contemplation state. There has been this period of time in which it's been a very slow moving process of being able to move into this awareness and lay down the foundations in order to give more within connections, or to be able to receive more within connections. Currently, in terms of love, there is this imbalance going on. So there is a sense of that we're kind of hanging on to a lot of things that are not necessarily ours to hang on to, or they're situations from the past in which we're kind of carrying around with us in order to keep our guard up in terms of connections because of the things that we've experienced. This is sort of taking us way outside of this ability to be in a space of stability, or you were dealing with a very unstable masculine energy where they were very out of balance, and this kind of caused this moment of you having to pick up all these swords and bring them with you and kind of use them as armor in new spaces. Okay. Let's see who's coming towards you, Cancer. I just want to say, Cancer, this is generalized. I'm not doing singles or couples kind of thing. I'm just doing very standard who's coming towards you. Okay. Who is coming towards Cancer in love? Who is, my goodness, Cancer? I feel like y'all have just so much to say in this moment, or you've been going through some things. Okay. So whoever's coming towards you is somebody who is, hold on, let me just pull out the rest of these cards for you. Oh, she got the Emperor. Clarify the Queen of Cups for me and the Hanged Man. Or, okay. There we go. Those cards just wanted to come out again. Okay, so whoever is coming into you, this is coming in after a time of going through like a healing process or being on the precipice of that and coming out of sort of this Four of Swords energy where we were really in sort of hibernation kind of, and really dealing with healing after a space of being in some major heartache. This person is coming in, is going to bring in communication and be able to sort of give you sort of the truth in a situation, or they're providing that towards you as a new energy, someone who is communicative and capable of being able to kind of bring in the truth when you need it and communication when you need it. This is coming in after a period of time of being in this heartache and this personal reflection, which is coming in, you know, this Nine of Swords energy is really being in sort of this despair and as a result of sort of being in a space of sort of self-reflection and going through some pretty difficult moments and situations within connections. This person, though, is going to come in towards your life. They're going to be a very fulfilling energy. They're in this sort of Emperor vibe. Now, I always do feel like this Emperor in this particular deck does have this air of kind of arrogance, but it could just come off that way. They could be very confident. They are bringing in sort of this emotional cup of love. And this is something that you won't even have to really work for necessarily, or that is effortless for this person. They're going to just bring this in naturally because this is something that they really want to provide for you. The one thing I will kind of note here is there is this element of having been in this sort of, you could have been in a situation where it was just a physical connection, and so you went into this like limbo phase as a result of a connection that was really deep, or really you were really connected to, but it was all physical and there wasn't a lot of emotional stuff being offered to you. There is sort of this there is this hit on going on focusing a lot on other things and not seeing what's being brought into us, and then bringing that into balance. And then also putting down these sort of swords that we brought into that we're bringing into new connections from previous experiences, and understanding that some people are out there to really be this sort of fulfilling connection for you. All right, Cancer. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you and see you back here again. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay. Let's move into Leo. Hello, Leo. So what we're going to do is a general reading for you in terms of love, and then we'll do who's coming towards you. Sorry, I just had to get a drink of water really quick. Okay, what is going on for Leo in love? Wow, you can really dance. Sorry, I don't know why that just came in. Oh boy. Oh boy. What is coming in for Leo? Leo. What is going on in Leo's love life, please? Oh boy. Bottom of the deck is, however, the Lovers. Okay. So, I have to sneeze. I'm so sorry, Leo. You might be allergic to some bullshit. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, so this, the sort of vibe or what's going on in your love life, okay, is being in a space in which there was sort of this imbalance within love and relationships, where there was sort of maybe an overgiving sense of giving too much in a situation, and basing and doing this against the duality of someone who was maybe kind of detached from us in a way, detached from us, especially in a physical sense. They were kind of detaching from us in a physical way, and then giving more into that. Kind of the more that they detached was like giving, just like, here, like, this is how I feel, and sort of like over giving essentially in that state. There's also this element of you having to go into this period of being able to hold resilience. I also want to say that there is a lion out here, so it's kind of like it's interesting that the Strength card is sort of the lion being nurtured, is sort of interesting because Leo is the lion. And going into a space of having to nurture self and bring in this awareness that there are things in which we're carrying into relationships or connections with other people, or that we are kind of holding on from the past. Now, this doesn't have to include like past relationships necessarily. This could even be past woundings. This could be things that we're bringing into our connections from even from our upbringing. Okay. And this was being in a space within love that was sort of very unstable, and sort of like giving into very little emotional fulfillment realistically, and being in this sort of period of time of repeating this sort of same cycle within connections, and also being too kind of either being in a space of people that are too concerned with everything outside of the connection, or you yourself being sort of not looking, you're looking at the big picture, but not really being able to zoom out and see kind of what is truly going on in this space. And it is sort of this embodiment of trying to rush into these sort of fulfilling connections, or rush into this idea of sort of ultimate unity, but not realizing that that rushing is not necessarily how this works. I do see that you have the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. Let's clarify the Lovers here. Okay, that's just too much. Oh, okay. We have actually on the bottom of the deck here is the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, so you could have had a situation within a relationship or within a connection with somebody that did cause you to go into this period of time of self-reflection. And not even self-reflection, but being in a space of really having to sort of find enlightenment on the situation. And at this moment, you're kind of coming out of that, or you are intended to come out of that. Okay. So let's see who's coming towards you in love. Leo. Who's coming towards Leo in love? Who is coming towards Leo in love? Oh, somebody is just like, whoever is coming towards you, they're not coming towards you very quickly. This is somebody that's going to bring in balance into your life, is going to put you into a new cycle within love. Like a new beginning kind of vibe. I don't necessarily feel like this is somebody from the past, but sometimes new beginnings can be. What in the world? Okay, what's going on with Leo and who's coming towards Leo in love? This Emperor has wanted to come out quite a bit. Somebody who is definitely fulfilling. This is a wish fulfillment connection that's coming towards you. Someone who's going to bring in quite a bit of like, sort of like all of the elements that are required here. These are clarifying cards underneath here. 2 more to clarify, please. Two more to clarify, please. Who's coming towards? Thank you. Here, just put this over here. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse, the 8 of Cups, as well as the Tower. Okay, so what's being brought into balance for you within this sort of, I don't even know if this is a new connection necessarily, but this is a connection or love in general. Okay, so what's being brought into balance is being sort of, is coming out of this phase of not being in emotionally fulfilling spaces. Okay, this new cycle does have a lot to do with this heartache or heartbreak and coming outside of that. So definitely after a period of time of healing. It is sort of also being in this space of, this is sort of, okay, so like this, the 6 of Wands reminds me a bit of Dunning-Kruger, is this person that's kind of, at least in the reverse, I should say. Dunning-Kruger is when somebody has this sort of, this opinion of self that is sort of grandiose and a little bit delusional, where they think that they're just, they think they're like the bee's knees, but really they're like, what is the opposite of something, you know, something silly like that? But they are, they think they're the cream of the crop, but really they're the fertilizer that, you know, kind of thing. I don't know. Where they have this sort of egotistical sense of self, where they think that they're really, like, they have just this very egoic way of navigating life. And so this is like this is kind of moving out of being in spaces with people like this and moving into people that really do have like the leg to stand on, or moving into this yourself as well. This could be that as well, but it is sort of then moving into this sort of all-encompassing balance of being of interacting in connections with somebody who, if they had any kind of version of this Dunning-Kruger, it would more so be imposter syndrome, where they're actually better than they think they are. And so this is kind of moving into this air of confidence within this connection. Whatever is coming in is a wish fulfillment, and this is after a period of time of having patience in terms of love. And this is going to be a little bit more effortless than the experiences that you've had in the past. There is sort of this hit of, this is something that I think that this is maybe a new beginning in love, and as a result of being in this space of being in a situation in which there was sort of this absence of communication and absence of truth, and really not being able to, and also being in a space of somebody who is kind of walking away from seeing like all the emotions that have been put in front of them. And we do have this 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. as well as judgment. So this is sort of coming in as sort of the reward for this experience that you've had in previous situations and previous past. This is going to be this sort of ultimate fulfilling connection for you. All right. That is all I have for you, Leo. If you resonated with this, please like and subscribe to my channel. Turn on notifications. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if this resonated. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Who do we have next? We have Virgo. Okay. Virgo. Hello, Virgo. All right, so how we're going to do this is we're going to do a general message for you in love, and then we're going to do who's coming towards you, okay? So what is the general message for Virgo? The general message in love for Virgo, please. What is the general message for Virgo in love? General message for Virgo in love. This one wanted to come out. Look at you, came right out, Virgo. Hermit energy is Virgo, by the way. These are sort of being in this space of these underneath are going to be clarifying cards. These two. Oh, there's more than two. I'm just going to put these down here. Actually, I think they're more so like this. Let's move it this way. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on, Virgo. Just discombobulated here. I already know my analytical Virgos are going to want this to be just freaking perfect. At the bottom of the deck, we had the Eight of Wands and the World, as well as the Ten of Swords in reverse. Those seem all pertinent. Okay, Virgo, what's going on for you? The general message for you in love. So you might have been in a situation in which you sort of, you had this, there could have been somebody who was maybe presenting as more than they were, or they were more than, how do I explain this? This is sort of being in this imbalance within manifesting, okay? Sort of this something going on in which we're manifesting this reality into our life that has a big reflection on maybe fears and insecurities surrounding connections. And this is going and seeing, this could have put you sort of in this imbalance of being able to really embody all the things that you need within a connection. What is sort of coming into balance, though, is this emotional fulfillment. Someone being able to provide you really the emotion that you require sort of to feel safe within connections. This is, you are moving into a wish fulfillment. And this could be a result of maybe there was an imbalance within the stability within connections or within self that was really impacting your relationships with others. And there has been this period of time then we have kind of gone into this, you know, hermit mode is a very Virgo energy, going into this space of contemplation and utilizing our individual power and strength within that space, and ultimately coming out of it sort of being ready then for love and moving out of this space of indecision on what it is that you really want, and also moving out of the space of not using intuition and being blinded by what is really intended for us and what is for our greater good and the greater good of all those around us. So you are moving out of this and moving out of it relatively quickly, where you're kind of breaking these old cycles as a result of a lot of pain from past relationships. So I do think you have released that pain of previous relationships. You are sort of moving into the space of being able to kind of quickly unravel that and bring into balance this sort of new cycle. So this is all coming in relatively quickly as a result of this previous these previous situations. Okay, let's see who's coming towards you in love. Virgo, I didn't have my head was not bothering me until I got into your particular reading, and I don't necessarily ever get headaches. So there could be a hit on like, you have been sort of in this space of contemplation so much that you're even giving yourself sort of tension headaches. I don't know why that feels pertinent to acknowledge. Okay. Who's coming towards Virgo in love, please? Who's coming towards Virgo in love? More of these. Oh my gosh. These cards just want to fall out. Interesting. This Emperor card, man, has come out so many times. It's insane. And you have these cards coming out again. Interesting. It's time for judgment. Let's see what we got going on here. So who's coming towards you in love? Honestly, it's going to be somebody that you're really attracted to. And I think it's actually going to cause you to kind of have a moment where you're like, hold up, let me think about this, because you are very attracted to this person. You have a lot of passion for this person, and they're coming in with a lot of passion towards you as well. And it does kind of give you this space of pause where you're looking at things with going like, I don't know about this. But ultimately, it's like what you're doing in a sense, or within this connection, is that what's being you are kind of holding your own boundaries and holding your own ground within this space, and really being strong in this, that you're not moving too quickly in terms of, because the interesting thing about the Nine of Wands is the Nine of Wands is following the Eight of Wands. And remember, the Eight of Wands was in the first part of your reading, and the Eight of Wands is a very forward movement, but sometimes it's like, I feel like the Nine of Wands is sort of the aftermath of that, and going, oh, you know what, sometimes when we move too quickly, we miss a lot. And so let's line these up and really take a look at them. And that's what you're doing in this situation, is sort of zoning out and going, okay, like, what is really going on here? Ultimately, though, I think what you're going to come into an awareness of, like, whoever is coming towards you is a wish fulfillment. They're also bringing in this sense of justice or judgment for you, in that they are in a space that is sort of building into this awareness, or this this moment of like reward, sort of, for like the things that you've worked on in self, or the things that you've experienced. This person is sort of a fulfillment for those things that you experience, is going to be sort of a new beginning in that sense. This is somebody that's going to be very emotionally fulfilling, and they're not going to be in a space that, if maybe in the previous you've dealt with people that have their guard up, or you've had to have your guard up, this is something that you can put your guard down to. It is going to come in, though, as sort of a small cup of love, okay? So it's not going to, it might be honestly a small cup of love, but a big message of truth. This could be even somebody from your past, but is going to bring in sort of this communication with you. It's going to be, the way that it's going to come in is going to be, again, it's going to be this sort of small gesture of sort of like, maybe even like testing the waters a little bit, Virgo, or this could be you testing the waters, however, you know, take this as it resonates, and then kind of coming in with, okay, like, this is how I feel, this is what's going on, this is like, this person or you are going to be very honest in this situation, and this is ultimately going to bring in a whole lot of abundance into your life. And this may be something that either this person feels that you are worth fighting for, or you are going to be somebody who's fighting for this and really wanting to fight for this connection. Okay, that is what I have for you, Virgo. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to this channel. Leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Libra. Hold up. Gotta get ready for my Libra game. Libra. Hello, Libra. So how this is going to work is we're going to do sort of a general message on love for you, and then we're going to go who's coming towards you in love, okay? All right, Libra, what's going on in your love life? Okay, I was going to pull out all those. I didn't realize it was that many. There was a whole lot. That'd be a whole lot going in your love life, Libra. Not my group of indecisive humans. I love you, Libra. I love Libras. I mean, I love several zodiac signs, don't get me wrong, but I'm very close with, I swear that there's something about Libras and Taurus. If you are a Libra, or you have like Taurus in your chart, or you are like, you know people that are Taurus, like we get along so well. Typically, Libra, like, I guess it depends. Like, I think that Libra men and Libra women are a lot different. I really connect with Libra women. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Emperor. Okay, so what's going on in your love life? There was this, I think that there was, there's really been sort of an absence of emotional fulfillment that's like, or an absence of emotion coming in. And it seems like any time that there was emotion coming in, it didn't feel authentic, or it felt manipulated, or like you were being kind of buttered up in order to receive a response from you. And ultimately you're coming out of this stage of being in quite a bit of heartache, or where you feel like you were giving into a situation, and then that in those situations just kind of stabbed you in the back and really took you out of your sort of empowerment. They really took you out of a space of empowerment and placed you into this position necessarily in which you were sort of fighting off anything that was coming towards you, no matter what it looked like. Okay, so it was really being in this sort of guarded space. And it essentially had to do with not wanting to be someone else's, not wanting to be the more stable person in a situation or environment, not wanting to be the one holding all the weight of the connection, or holding all the stability within the connection, or being sort of the one that was the most stable within these connections, and really fighting off anything that didn't provide a sense of stability for you. This took you into a space of doing some internal work and really looking and reflecting at self. And I think you're moving out of that. As a Libra, you are most likely in a space that you are probably giving in nature. And so this period of time that you went into and kind of reflected on self has allowed you to sort of soften a bit and move into this more, this period of being able to give and receive in a way that is healthy. And there is sort of, either you are someone who's kind of moved into this emperor status, or it doesn't, it's not gender specific. It could be empress too if you are a female, and resonate more into that, but it has moved you into this period, this space of ultimate stability. Or you could be dealing with somebody who is sort of the embodiment of everything that we require in healthy connections. So they are passionate and you're physically attracted to them. They are honest and communicative. They are stable and able to build into a foundation with you, and they are emotionally fulfilling. So that is sort of the vibe of what's going on in your love life, or where we're at and how we got here. And let's go ahead and bring you into who's coming towards you in love. Who's coming towards Libra in love? Who is coming towards? Might be a cause for celebration. Like it's kind of giving this like it's about damn time vibe. Also could be an indication that there may be multiple cups of love coming in. Also a possibility. Who's coming towards my Libra? Whatever this is, it will be kind of effortless. It'll feel very natural. It'll feel like this is, I do feel like this is, yeah, it's kind of like, it's almost like justice or judgment coming in. This will be coming in after a period of time, or having been patient, sort of waiting for the right thing for you. Yeah, really having the strength of going like, I'm done like putting in all the work in a space. wish fulfillment. Someone offering you in reciprocal energy. And somebody who's kind of protective in a sense. Okay. This is, I have the Three of Pentacles here. Well, let's clarify the Three of Pentacles since it's here. And at the bottom of the deck, you do have this Four of Cups. There is some hit, okay, Libra, that there may be somebody also that okay, so it's weird because like all of this is like one thing, and then there's also this over here on the side that just because the death is underneath it, I do feel like there's somebody in your energy as well. I don't know if these two are connected necessarily, but there is somebody else in your energy that's not willing to let go. They're not willing to sort of start a new beginning or move on in a sense. So they're kind of hanging on in this. I don't know if these two things are connected. I feel like this might be a past energy, but it is just something to kind of notate in here, especially because it doesn't resonate in with the rest of these. And there is sort of this hit. I don't know if these are connected here, but this is a period of time too, Libra, in which you're moving out of or that you had been in this space of being very like an acts of service kind of person, and sort of just giving, just holding yourself sort of foundationally within connections, and being this sort of sense of stability, and being the greater sense of stability, and realizing that that was sort of manifesting this more opportunity for you to be in that space. And so I do think you're kind of moving out of that, and rather than honing in on sort of the details of that aspect, now the one sort of hit and sort of advice here that you have is to make sure that you are seeing what is being presented to you and not missing things by being too narrowed in on the specifics. I know that Libra gang can be a little bit indecisive sometimes, a lot bit indecisive. And so really making sure that you're kind of zooming out and not just being super focused on like the itty bitty details, because whatever is coming in towards you is a cause for celebration. Now it may seem, there is this element that it could seem that it's a little bit, actually clarify the Knight of Pentacles in reverse for me, please. I was going to say something, but I want to be sure. So I guess like there's one element too of something that is coming in, is that there might be a little bit, they might seem a little bit unstable and very passionate. Okay, so that's one that's not great news, but this is somebody that is coming, I don't know, it's coming in as sort of effortless. So they may actually be somebody that, I mean, we're all kind of in different walks of life. So this could be somebody that is coming in that maybe has instability surrounding finances or certain things foundationally that are going on in their life that don't necessarily impact their ability to provide emotionally or passionately within connection. So that is something to kind of be aware of. And actually that might have a lot to do with this Four of Cups too, is by zoning in on the fact that there may be things within this person's life that seem unstable to you that kind of cause you to not see what is being provided to you, and see the cup of love that this person is really capable of providing to you in other spaces. And also building into this awareness that alchemy, actually the way in which we can alchemize as couples, no matter what we have going on foundationally, if you really have a very solid connection in which all the other things are working, you will work together to build that stability financially. So don't don't narrow in on that, essentially, Libra. Okay, if this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment down below. I hope to hear from you again. Thank you so much, Libra, for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Scorpio. All right. Hello, Scorpio. So how this is going to work is we're going to do a general message, and then we are going to see who's coming towards you in love. All right. What is a general message for a new beginning? That's good. All right. What is coming towards... Actually, this is more how this works. Clarify this 9 of Cups, please. I'm going to leave this little King of Swords. This is in the reverse. You have a Tower on the deck, as well as the Hanged Man in reverse on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so the new beginning, this has to do with definitely emotional fulfillment is like the big theme of this. It is moving out of space of sort of being in this sense of stability for people, and sort of it's not even necessarily over giving, but it's being in a space of giving because you feel like you can, or it's sort of expected of you, and moving sort of out of that because it's almost put you in this space of not really not feeling stable within that specific department. It's caused you this has sort of been in a space of like laying down the foundation and having strength within this, of being able to lay down the foundation, which sounds a bit like the foundational aspect of this, Scorpio, is really about boundaries and about establishing your own boundaries within connections. And ultimately, this is going to bring you into this sort of wish fulfillment and this reciprocity of emotional fulfillment. I do also, you have the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So you have possibly dealt with or been in spaces with this sort of energy that maybe was not very communicative or very honest, or withheld information from you. There has been a bit of a Tower moment in terms of an awareness on something within this aspect of this element of really over giving in situations where you're not receiving what you are giving, and maybe not even necessarily understanding sort of there is this element of an absence of patience within a certain situation. And this sort of new beginning here is coming in after a period of contemplation, of really looking in within self and sort of building in an awareness and an alignment to, it seems like, honestly, Scorpio, the way that our sort of self-sacrificing is impacting relationships and those that we get close to. All right, let's see who's coming towards you in love. Who is coming towards Scorpios in love, please? My goodness. Some of these, like, there's just so many cards that pop out at once. Who is coming towards Scorpio in love? Is this up? Down. There is some element here, Scorpio, of sort of repeating a cycle. On the bottom of the deck, you have, well, this is interesting. Scorpio, don't shoot the messenger here. But it sort of feels like this blockage for you is an internalized, not an internalized thing. It is a, the term I heard just come into my head was self-fulfilling prophecy, where these cycles that you've been going through have been sort of self-induced. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Scorpio. I don't know how to deliver this message. Okay, hold on. So we've been in this period of time where there's been a real imbalance of sort of part of the thing is like being zoned in on the details and not seeing what's being provided to us. Okay, that's one big element here. Before I dive any further, Scorpio, I do feel like I get the vibe that this is something that you built an awareness on, but this is sort of helping you in what's going to come towards you in love. So right now, it's like it's almost as though your focus realistically is on self in this moment and not necessarily on connections that are coming towards you, but it is kind of moving out of this space of repeating these cycles of being sort of just like emotionally attached and physically attached, and sort of being in this space of really fighting for people that are not fighting for you in return, is the sense that I get here. And it's moving into this, it's been moving out of this sort of space of kind of accepting, I don't want to say the bare minimum, but accepting sort of the illusions that people provide us, and not and moving out of the space of not assessing and processing the information that's being provided to us, and how our behaviors and our responses are sort of allowing this to happen. There is some element though of a little bit of self-sabotage that has occurred, and in which there was this sort of this not acceptance, or not accepting sort of these small cups of love, and kind of not having patience when that is being presented to us. And ultimately what you're being embodied to do is to move into this sort of empress status, move into this all-encompassing space where you are able to provide not only yourself but others this sort of ultimate fulfillment. And this is what's going to bring in the Ten of Cups energy for you. So moving into the space of physical, mental, spiritual, and financial sort of and a balance within all of those things, and also being in a space that you yourself are able to provide that to other people without expecting it from people. And this is what's going to bring you into this ultimate cup of this stability and this awareness. And then it's going to be this space of equal give and take. So I do feel like this is sort of a pause for you. And this could actually be something that I'm kind of hitting on, is that this could be sort of flipped too. This could be something that you're dealing with in another person. Okay. It doesn't necessarily have to be honed into you. Just don't shoot the messenger. Okay. This is how the cards are reading. Okay. Thank you. But this is ultimately what's going to bring you into that wish fulfillment energy. And I do have the King of Cups, just before we get in like too deep on this, in the reverse. And there is some element about them that has sort of this impatience. They are going to bring in this sort of emotion, and they're going to have this air about them that is kind of a little bit impatient and also a little bit effortless. Okay, so they're going to bring this in pretty easily to you, and they're going to provide this into you. Just make sure that we are being kind of aware that we are seeing what is presented to us and not zoning in on these other details, or allowing other things to kind of come into the space of being able to really cloud our judgment. Definitely being aware that we might sometimes have a whole lot that we're guarding ourselves with, and bringing in a lot of things that don't necessarily belong into certain spaces because of our experiences, and being able to balance that out. All right, Scorpio. That is the message for you. If this resonated with you, please leave me a comment down below. Like and subscribe to the channel to come back for more. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for your support. Enjoy the rest of your day. Who do we have next? Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. What is going on in Sagittarius? Love life. What is a general message? I'm sorry, Sagittarius. I just was like, let's go right into it. I knew you were waiting. So how we're going to do this is we're going to do a general message for you, and then we're going to do who's coming towards you in love. And we're not going to do singles and couples, it's just going to be whatever the vibe is, okay? All right, what is the general message for Sagittarius? General message for Sagittarius in love. What is the general message for Sagittarius in love, please? Wow. Okay. This is so many cards. My word. Are these all intended to come out? I'm just going to pull these up. We'll just go across the board here. Oh my gosh, this is so unorganized. What do we have on the bottom of the deck? Okay. All right, Sagittarius. My goodness, you got a whole lot going on here. So right now it seems like you're really in this space of you've done some work, okay? So you've kind of gone within and sort of looked at a situation or looked at your love life and really been in and built into this awareness of kind of all of these things that have been brought into connections that maybe didn't even necessarily belong there. You know, it's like it's holding on to all these swords, and for what to what avail? You know, hanging on to this stuff that doesn't necessarily, there's no sense of us carrying this, but we're carrying it anyway. So part of this is like being in a space that's like really carrying connections and carrying sort of the burden of connections. And really being in this space, it's like really wanting to get out of that. You've been in this space of limbo, and you're kind of in this energy that's like really ready to get out of that. Whatever you have experienced in love has been very heartbreaking. There's been this, you know, there has been this situation in which there is sort of this element of this like person coming in who's like very stable, this sort of King of Pentacles vibe, coming in sort of with this union energy, and they're very quick, they're very impatient, and they kind of have been sort of really pushing in a sense. There is this element too of building into this, you know, kind of this space of being very, laying down these boundaries, but kind of taking a step away from almost somebody or you or whatever, you know, however it resonates, was moving into this position of like really stepping away from this like sort of emotions, and really being in a space of kind of sort of choosing to go into really be within ourselves a bit, but also kind of in an element where either someone was coming towards you that sort of like one aspect of this, that there was like this effortless vibe to them, or it felt effortless, but this was really sort of all surrounding physical connection. It was a lot about physical connection, and a lot about, and this person was like passionate, but then like very give and take, or very back and forth, okay? It's been this like sort of conflicting energy within this sort of duality of emotions, essentially, of kind of being in a very contemplative state, or this conflicting state of kind of wanting to, being in a space that's like wanting to protect what's yours, but wanting to disconnect and move away from a situation, and then also really being in this space of just like laying down the law in a situation, and kind of you know, something that could be coming in is like quite a bit of communication, quite a bit of honesty, quite a bit of authenticity in a certain situation. And ultimately, despite that fact, it's like there is something or something in your energy really willing to fight for this connection, or fight for you, or you've been in a space of fighting for connection. So that's kind of the vibe for you, Sagittarius. Let's see what let's see who's coming towards you in love. All right, who's coming towards Sagittarius in love, please? Oh boy. Wait, are these this way? This way. There is sort of this end of a cycle here. Oh my gosh, okay. It's kind of weird, but something that is kind of coming towards you in love seems very physically motivated. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So what is coming towards you in love? This could be somebody that is sort of breaking a cycle of maybe being able or being capable of being sort of, I don't want to say manipulated, but I kind of want to say manipulated. But moving out of this cycle, it's like breaking that cycle. It's one element of this is, okay, like there's a bit of deception that there is a situation, okay, in which it seems like there is sort of, there's an unstable energy about the feminine energy, and what's coming in is sort of this person with a lot of passion. It's very physical, okay? So whoever this is coming towards, it's either you're coming towards them or they're coming towards you, it's based a lot on a physical connection. And this is really moving out of this space of, you know, when I see the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like this is a feminine energy that is feeling very unstable within a connection. I'm feeling, so this could be somebody that's kind of coming into your energy there. This is breaking a cycle of overgiving. And really also the other aspect of breaking a cycle is moving, you may move into a space of sort of combating kind of everything that comes your way a bit. Or have been in this space of combating everything that's coming your way, moving out of that cycle, and also moving out of a period in time in which there was a lot of heartache within a space, within connection. And the one thing I do want to say is there's something kind of about laying down the groundwork that is out of balance and not seeing what is being provided to you by zoning in on details. And that what is coming towards you realistically, I don't know, Sagittarius, in this moment of what's coming towards you is necessarily balanced, because it's really that what you're kind of being embodied to look at is there's a need for balance in this, because what seems to come towards you in love and in connections is very physically based, and it seems to be kind of a theme here. So this person or whoever is coming towards you, it's all kind of like this physical attraction. And there's a need to kind of balance that out and to look in on that and contemplate on that. There's also this period of time in which you are moving out of this space of overgiving within connections and really moving into a space of looking at self. So in this moment, I don't even know necessarily, Sagittarius, that this is all about who's coming towards you in love, but sort of what you need in order to have healthier people come towards you in love, and getting out of this space of really overgiving in situations that involve relationships with other people. All right, Sagittarius, don't shoot the messenger. That is your reading. If this resonated with you, please leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe to my channel. Any amount of support that you provide me helps me. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right, I gotta get a drink before we move into Capricorn. My fake coffee. Hello, Capricorn. Okay, so what we're going to do is a general love reading for you, and then we'll do who's coming towards you, okay? All right, what is the general message for Capricorn in terms of love? This guy wanted to stay out. Breaking cycles. What is the what is the general reading for Capricorn in love? There is this element, Capricorn, of not using your intuition in a space and basing sort of a wish fulfillment on very small hits of like attraction within connections. And this has caused quite a bit of heartache in this department. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. We also have, ooh, and a Tower. And this bad boy. Okay. So right now, so the message here essentially is that we're going through this period of time, or that we have gone through this period of time of breaking cycles within connections and moving out of this, time frame of really like of self-reflection, maybe even doing some spiritual work or doing some kind of deeper work that was needed for self in order to build into more stable connections. I do have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this is sort of moving out of this space of instability, or seeing connections that are sort of really based on the physical attributes or physical connection. This is laying down boundaries and having this sort of moment of recognizing that where we were overgiving or where we were not receiving, or also building into the awareness that what we give, we receive in return. And so moving into the space of being able to give more in order to receive more. And so kind of building into this equality, okay? And recognizing that that's what we need for ourselves as well. So you have kind of laid down the groundwork and built in boundaries. And so that's kind of what's going on in your love life. I do feel like there was quite a bit of pain in your past. There may have been a lot of there maybe have been some manipulation in your past, or things that you were dealing with in which that there was just not a lot of truth being really provided in connections. And it was really this sort of repetitive cycle of, giving a lot of hope into connections that were really based on that the reason that the attachment was so strong was technically the physical connection. Okay. All right, who is coming towards Capricorn in love, please? Who is coming towards Capricorn in love? Interesting. I just talked about that. Okay, so I talked about that whole situation. This really could be somebody that kind of caused this heartbreak that is coming towards you, with sort of this small kind of gesture of passion. This way? This came out in the upright when I saw it fall down. Just one more, clarify the Six of Pentacles. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Magician of the reverse, as well as the Two of Pentacles, needing to bring in balance. And recognizing the spaces in which you're fighting for things that aren't fighting for you. Okay. Do not shoot the messenger, Capricorn, okay? So, so what's kind of... It's interesting because, like, there's a situation. I really do feel like this is a past person coming towards you. And I'm so sorry. Like I said, don't shoot the messenger. But this is a situation where there's a lot of heartache, and you sort of had this idea that this was like the ultimate fulfillment. This was a connection in which you were really building upon, or you thought you were building upon, and then it sort of just crumbled. It moved into the space of one of the things that kind of disconnected into this connection was that there was a whole lot of being, there was a lot of burden here. So a lot, either you or your person was like holding on to all these burdens within this connection, all these swords that were sort of being, put in someone's back, and all this heartache that was being stabbed into somebody was then moved into a space that someone was just like holding on to this, and then really providing, trying to provide this like small amount of connection that was literally based on physical connection, which brought a lot of instability within the connection. And there was and then it's moving out of this. There was there wasn't like equal give and take. There was this sort of moment where there was just a whole lot of burden being brought into this, and essentially just fighting for something that isn't fighting for us, and really not being able to manifest into balance in this scenario, in this situation. So it seems as though, what's coming there could be someone from your past kind of coming towards you. I do want to say that there is also the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck, so there could also be somebody coming towards you that is kind of bringing this this cup of love towards you. I don't know if these two people are connected, or if it's just this other person. There could be more than one person coming towards you that is kind of in your energy right now. So you obviously don't have to invite anybody who comes into you, but this King of Cups that's coming in is going to come in with this like a big element of emotion. There is this Ace of Wands here, a lot of passion as well. And I do have the sense that there will be some boundaries that have taken place in this, perhaps as a result of this old energy. So maybe the reason that this old energy is popping in is because this will be after lessons in which you learned from this past energy in order to be able to bring in healthy boundaries within a connection. And ultimately, you could be moving then into a wish fulfillment coming towards you, which is a better outcome. So that's cool as well. Hopefully that resonates with you, Capricorn. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this reading, or you would like to hear more on my channel, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. Thank you so much for being here. All right, who do we got here? Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to do a general reading on love for you, and then we're going to bring in who's coming towards you in love. All right? How about my Aquarian folk? What is the general reading for Aquarius? Aquarius, y'all have such a unique energy. Do you know that? I don't know if you probably do. You're Aquarius. Of course, you know you have a unique energy. Always. Moving out of this cycle of, or being in a space of contemplation, actually moving out of like repeating cycles within connections that perhaps were like a little bit imbalanced. Could be somebody, could be dealing with right now like this sort of small offer of stability kind of being brought into your love life. Clarify the Four of Swords for me. What is the Four of Swords here for? Yeah, really having been in this space of kind of doing the work on self. The cycle in which we're breaking is sort of being in this space of overgiving in connections and really bringing in this like equal give and take vibe. What needs to be brought into balance, or what is moving into balance, is sort of being in this space of acts of service. Again, another overgiving kind of vibe of being sort of the one that's holding all the burdens within connections. Clarify this Page of Pentacles for me. This could even be you, like, kind of working on, baby steps within your own stability within self. Come on. Okay, and then on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Fool. So with this card of the Page of Pentacles, then is, yeah, this is kind of like baby steps, okay? It's like building in our stability, building in sort of our self-confidence, even building into this space of really being able to get into an environment in which we're not sort of doing all the work within connections, and not being the one that's just constantly kind of giving in order to receive some sort of reciprocity within connections. This is there is sort of this element of maybe like jumping into the unknown within terms of not maybe in love, but also kind of within self. One element that is here that has kind of impacted the love life is this sort of lack of boundaries, lack of like authentic communication, and being able to really bring into the truth of connections and accept the truth within connections as well. Okay. Who is coming towards my Aquarius in love? Who is coming towards Aquarius in love, please? Who is coming towards my Aquarius gang in love? I've had a more difficult time getting cards to come out for you. This could be somebody with a little bit of look at me, but they have not a whole lot to offer. They have this very small gesture of emotion that's coming in. There's a very good possibility that this person coming in is a repetition of a cycle. And have the Lovers in there. Oh. So there is some element, Aquarius, of whatever is coming towards you is coming towards you really relatively quickly, but something about this person that's coming towards you is a little bit unbalanced. And I think you're going to have to move into this, you know, kind of breaking this cycle still of fighting for situations and people who aren't fighting for you. And so it's kind of moving into this contemplation of what does it look like to have a Ten of Cups and a Lover's vibe? How does that look for me? And how can I put down the burdens of you know, carrying all the burden within connections? And so really, I think what's coming in towards you might not necessarily be a person, but more so an awareness of how we operate within connections. And so that seems to be the greater vibe here. And there is this element too in which you have maybe been sort of a little bit impatient when it comes to romance, and therefore kind of bringing in just kind of accepting things for yourself that you don't necessarily deserve in terms of connections. And so this seems more like this is this pause or this moment in which you're really being invited to sort of reflect upon what it is that you're accepting, because this energy that's coming towards you, this isn't Page or Knights or Kings. It is a Six of Wands and a Page of Cups. Well, I guess a Page there, but the Six of Wands would be somebody that's coming towards you that they sort of parade themselves as though there's something just so grandiose and so, but they don't have really anything to back that up, okay? And they have this very small cup, this very small gesture of love. And not only that, like, I always see the Page of Cups, honestly, Aquarius, as like, what are you, like, you're supposed to be offering this cup of love, but inside your cup is a fish. What? So it's like, it's not even certain like what it is that they're offering necessarily. And this really is sort of being in a space of really contemplating why it is that we're kind of repeating these cycles of like fighting for things that aren't giving us a whole lot to fight for. Don't shoot the messenger, Aquarius. I'm sorry. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment down below. I'd love to see you back here again for more readings. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right, last but certainly not least, we have Pisces. Hello, Pisces. So what we're going to do is a general love reading for you. Sneaky. These want to sneak out before I even said anything. We're going to do a general reading on love for you, and then we're going to do who's coming towards you in love. I'm not doing singles or couples, so it is really whoever is kind of in your energy in this moment. All right. my Pisces gang. I love Pisces energy. What is coming towards my Pisces? Or what's going on in love? Well, clarify this King of Wands in reverse. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, so your love life currently, there's something major going on, okay? There is this element of kind of being in this space of recognizing, you know, it's weird because it's almost like, you know, with the, why is the Devil in reverse? Hold up. Clarify the Devil in reverse for me, please. Clarify this Devil in reverse. So there is this sort of moment of recognizing that we may have been fighting for, may have been in a space of fighting for something that really wasn't giving to us in the way that we thought it was. It was sort of all this sort of illusionary space. And this could have, I feel like you're coming out of hermit mode actually. So you had been in this space of sort of individual contemplation or going within and looking at self and really having the strength to be able to come out of that. There is this sort of element then that what is coming in sort of is this, or what has been going on is that there was a lot of work being put into something that sort of was tipped on its side through some element of communication or some truth that came in that really puts you in a space of heartbreak and really looking at something and holding into the space of, you know, kind of recognizing where we didn't have boundaries, or there was like this kind of moment in which like sort of this person that had this like this illusion of like they had this passion for you, right? But it was sort of unfounded, where it was like a facade in some aspect where it wasn't necessarily like it was. There's some element of having kind of rose-colored glasses on with a person, and there was this sort of this I guess this state of, it almost feels like this was like something that there was some kind of oops that happened within this connection or within your love life, okay? Where there was this moment of, it's not even necessarily that the judgment that was being brought upon this connection was necessarily from the experience of someone else, but sort of a decision within self that was made. And it did cause us to go into this this period of time in which we were really reflecting on ourselves and the things that we were kind of providing in this space and what we were kind of offering to the table, and also what we were kind of accepting for ourselves as well. So there is that element as well. And this seems like it could very well be past energy. Doesn't necessarily mean that this is sort of what's going on in the moment, but this could be what is sort of impacting your connections today, is sort of this experience, okay? Let's move into who's coming towards you in love. All right, Pisces. Who's coming towards Pisces in love, please? Are these this way? Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Well, the person that's coming towards you in love is really somebody who is willing to kind of jump in with you. They are kind of an acts of service person. They are willing to put in the work. They're willing to fight for you. They do have this sort of small offer of stability. So they're not going to be some King of Pentacles coming in. They have this sort of They're able to give, they give what they are capable of giving. And they don't seem to have an issue within that either. Who's coming towards Pisces in love? And they're very willing to kind of just like jump into this with you. Very protective of this connection that they have with you. Very capable of looking out and seeing the whole picture of what could be provided within this connection with you. They are someone who's capable of bringing in a lot of emotion for you. So this is good. A lot different than the general message before that. So that must have been a past situation, or what kind of influenced you to be able to move into a connection like this, to be able to have this sort of connection. Here we go with this Tower moment again. Clarify the Seven of Swords here. Well, it's interesting because it's weird because this Tower moment is then underneath this sort of this Seven of Swords here, and then this Page of Pentacles is under this. So it could have been, so the Tower moment very well could be, Pisces, that this caused you to kind of you know, having dealt with those situations in the past, this could be a situation in which this person comes in and it does pause, it causes you a sense of reflecting upon going, being in this space of, that might not necessarily have to do so much with this connection, but it has this it's sort of scary, right? To have this kind of all coming in and feeling a certain way. And so I think it might cause this period of time in which we're kind of self-reflecting. There may be a moment within this space or this connection where it's like, it just becomes kind of too much or too scary. And there's then this sort of pause. We do want to make sure that we're not kind of walking away from things that might be really good for us. There is a sense too of, there is this element here of that you need to kind of be aware of, Pisces, that I've seen this before in, you know, this is kind of in your connection previously too. And I will say that it's sort of like, okay, your past energy, Pisces, it's kind of like they're infiltrating these good things that are coming towards you in a way. It's like there's some element of like bringing in the past into current moments, and not being able to use our intuition to kind of move past that, and not being able to see a wish fulfillment when it is in front of us, because we have these experiences from the past that are sort of infiltrating these connections now. They're one element of kind of doing the work and making sure that we kind of understand that what is being provided to us, and being able to zone out and look at things in an all-encompassing way before kind of making assumptions within connections. Because you do have the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. So this is a very balanced person that's coming in towards you. But I get this vibe that could be scary because it's something that you might not be used to because of things that you've experienced in your past. And this could cause you some moments of a little bit of sort of being off your footing a bit within this connection, or within these types of connections that are coming towards you, because they're so healthy and there's been a period of time in which you kind of had become accustomed to unhealthy relationships in the past. Okay, Pisces, if that resonated with you, please like and subscribe to this channel. Leave me a comment down below. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day.